Hey there guys, so I'm back with another video. I'm going to give you my 2 to 3 week review of what I think about the Apple Watch, how it's helped me, and as far as uses, different things like that. Let's start off with the actual feel of it. So I am pretty comfortable. I am using the medium to large wristband size, and it fits me pretty well. It sits really comfortably as far as being on my wrist. I use it, I put it right here on the third one in, and tucking it into itself, I don't feel much of an actual wristband. So that's what's really nice. It's super comfortable, that sits on my wrist. It doesn't move around as a lot. It's a nice silicone feel, soft wristband, which I enjoy. Playing around with it, I've kind of set my own wallpaper, as you can see right there. One of the things that I really liked was you can customize the bottom here as far as where to tell the time, the date, kind of like what you want as far as the bottom, whether it be temperature, whether it shows like messages, anything like that. One of the personal things that I'm still kind of getting a feel with is this grid system. As far as actually going in and tapping to open an app, I know that looked really simple just right now, but there's been moments where I've gone to tap an app, and I've actually had to press my finger into the actual screen to like push down on it to get the app to open. That was kind of weird to me. I wasn't sure how I really felt about that, but yeah, it was super interesting playing along with some of the different things as far as some of the different apps goes. I have an app that I use called Gas Buddy, which tells me local gas prices, which is super nice. I kind of wish more apps went with the Apple Watch or made an Apple Watch app interface to go along with it, because as you know, we're always kind of like on our phones. One of the things that I kind of wish was just a little bit of there was more to go along with it rather than the apps that are available, and I'll go into that a little bit later. But one of the apps that I do use a lot on my Apple Watch is my Tides app. One of the great things that I like about it is that it's very simple and easy to read, as you can see right there. It tells me the tides as far as when high tide is, when low tide is, and I can scroll through and see what the tide is for the next coming days on my watch and where I set up my location. A lot of the apps that you see on here are ones that already come with the Apple Watch, or if you have an app that's downloaded on your iPhone, it's gonna kind of open up automatically. So I mean, most of them I use on my phone. I haven't really played music through here, only because it just shows up on my phone again. Because watch, if I open Pandora and I tell it to play a station. See, so I can control music through my phone, through my Apple Watch, but as far as like there being a Pandora or a Spotify app, I don't really know what the difference is or like why we have it. Because I could just simply tap this version on my phone when I have it sitting on my dashboard and just hit next. I don't need to look at my watch for that. So one of the things I didn't really enjoy as far as the Apple Watch goes was this little red dot that you... Oop, that's not what you need to see. This little red dot that you see right here at the top middle of the screen. I didn't know what that was. I kind of had to go through and look at the icons, and then actually had to go jump on YouTube to see how to actually get rid of that icon. I didn't know that it was something as simple as just turning off the music. Because your Apple Watch was connected to your music, you could control your music on Spotify or Pandora through your Apple Watch. Maps, one of the things I liked about the maps was that it vibrates. So if you have maps open on your phone and it's telling you, and Siri's telling you where to go, your Apple Watch will actually vibrate like 2 pulses before it speaks. So you kind of know, hey, something's coming up. I'm getting directions soon, or I should be turning soon. I should be aware of what's going on. So this is the Apple Watch app on the iPhone. There is a button down here that says Apple Store. I went through and I kind of played around with a lot of them. A lot of them you gotta pay for it, which is kind of dumb because there is one here that says Calm, take a moment. I downloaded a couple of them. There's one called Sleepiest. There is another one that I downloaded called Headspace, Timeless. There's different meditation apps to kind of like help you calm down, but there's already one that's built into the Apple Watch called Breathe. And if you tell it to, it'll kind of pulse you and say, hey, take a minute and just take a couple of deep breaths. Some of the other ones that are on here, there's like golf apps, there are news apps, there's sports. So I downloaded the ESPN one. So I know when the teams that I like to follow or watch, when they start and when the game ends. That's kind of like what I do as far as ESPN goes. I've found that there's way too many notifications and I'm not getting the notifications that I want. I'm getting BS stuff that says Antonio Brown is mad because he did something and he doesn't like the charge that was given to him. I don't know, some crap like that. Travel apps, there's weather, like there are certain apps that are out there for a better weather. But look, $4.99, $9.99, like $2.99. First off, I'm not going to pay $3 for a free app that already comes on your phone or on your Apple Watch. I also kind of went through, and at the very bottom of like the Apple Watch store, there's a thing of games. I took a look at some of the games. Again, majority of them are all you got to pay like $1.99 for. So I downloaded some of the free ones. Playing a game on your watch is super hard to do because rather than playing on a screen this big, you're playing on a screen this big. It's not worth it. Texting, as far as like using the voice commands, I've found that if you're in an area where it's really noisy, it's not going to pick up your voice and what you're saying at all. I speak pretty slow when I do my speak to text. So when I speak into it, I speak clearly, I speak slowly so it can pick up everything. But when you're in a noisy area, it'll literally just kind of keep thinking. And that was one thing that I found pretty weird. Other than that, I'm loving my Apple Watch. Those were kind of some of the things that another cool thing is you can double tap here on the side and your Apple Watch, your Apple Pay pops up and it's super easy because I always have my watch on me. Sometimes I will actually forget my wallet in the car or I will forget my cell phone in the car just because it sits on my center console where my little pop socket holder is and I forget it. And so I will actually see if the place offers Apple Pay and just pay with my watch, which is super easy, super convenient. As far as certain things like that, I mean, I'm loving my Apple Watch. I find that I have to charge it every night. I found and read different articles as far as how to save the battery life and kind of how to maximize battery life, I should say. On the Apple Watch, it's kind of worked here and there. I still find at the end of the day that I'm kind of down to like 20-something% and I don't have enough battery for the next day. So I do have to charge it. Doing things with water, I find that it is holding up pretty well. I volunteer at an aquarium, so I'm around water a lot, and I find that when I'm washing my hands and just kind of doing certain things, I can give the screen a quick kind of just like towel dry off like this, and I'm still able to use it. There's a theater setting on here, which is super cool, so it'll mute everything for you. There is a cool little like walkie-talkie feature that I have yet to try, just because I know a lot of my friends don't have Apple Watches, but that is something that I would be very curious to see how it works out in the future. Maybe in the next time I get my friends to sit down and we can play around with it and I can do a vlog on the little walkie-talkie app that is on here. But yeah, other than that, scrolling on the crown is pretty simple. Everything else works pretty well. I mean, there's different interfaces as far as what you want to set up as your little like home screen on your phone. You can do like a Toy Story one. There's a Mickey one. You can do different locations, Paris, but I know there's some other ones as well. I feel like some of the other faces that you have that like have a lot of motion will drain your battery a lot faster. So that's another kind of downfall if you use that. I have found that I enjoy my Apple Watch. I am loving it. It's super great. It's convenient. When I can't get to my phone or it's in my pocket and I don't want to pull it out as I'm driving, I can just do a quick little thing on my phone and, say, hey Siri, I need you to send a text message to X, Y, and Z. I hope you enjoyed this review of my Apple Watch after 2 to 3 weeks of wearing it. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, as well as the other videos that are on my YouTube channel. I felt like I rambled a lot in this video. Thanks for bearing with me. But with that, I hope to see you guys soon. And that's my honest review of the Apple Watch. Bye, guys.